So the Crocomire, he's relatively simple as far as strategy. The first couple of times he's going to shake his arm, but he's not actually going to let loose with anything. From this point on, after the second time, he is. Whenever you see his arm do the little windmill action, turn your missiles off and get ready to shoot for some power-ups. If he doesn't windmill his arm, that means he's going to open his face. You see what I did there? You don't want to fire more than one missile at a time, because generally one or more of them is going to miss. You'll hit him with one, but you're basically losing missiles, and in this fight, believe me, you can't afford to lose missiles for nothing. This fight takes so long, and after you get him backed up about one whole screen's worth, he's going to charge you about 15 times in a row, and you don't have enough missiles to stop him. So don't despair, that's going to happen. Whether you do everything right or not. And you just won't have enough missiles. Here I got caught. I only had like 7 or 8 missiles, or maybe even down as low as 6 when he did it, so I lost a lot of ground. That I don't understand why that one didn't hit him the first time. But this right here is your absolute best friend. This is where you're going to be refilling your missiles. Try not to lose any health, because any health lost is just going to cause energy to pop up instead of missiles that you desperately need. Losing ground in this fight will drag it out for a lot longer. See, I screwed up. I shouldn't be doing that. I should just be taking the power-ups, but see, this is what happens when you lose missiles. This fight is just boring. But you gotta try to keep yourself from getting bored, because you have to be able to react quickly to keep yourself from losing opportunities. I think this right here is where he starts charging me like relentlessly. No, maybe right after this one. But I lose ground all the way back to the door that I came in, because he just, yeah, right here it is. See, that should have hit him. I don't understand why that first one didn't hit him. See, I didn't take the power-ups when I should have. Now I'm going to be lower on missiles than I should be. See, I blasted him. I keep blasting him when he starts releasing power-ups, but please don't do what I do what I say. As far as, you know, someone in school will tell you, a teacher or something. Do what I say, not what I do. See, look at him. He's coming for me hard, and I ran out of missiles because I wasn't at a full 10. But even if I was at a full 10, he still would have gained ground, but it wouldn't have been all the way back to that door. He's further forward now than he was when I came down in the room. This fight just takes forever, and it can get pretty boring, but try not to get so bored that you lose track of what's going on, like I did. You just have to focus, or this is going to take 3 times longer than it took me, and it took me pretty much the entire video. That's why I dedicated just this fight. You know, I pretty much knew it was going to take an entire video just for this fight. And I was absolutely right. Getting back in the habit, back in the swing, because I don't do test recordings, and especially something like this, doing it without save states. If I fuck up, you're gonna see it, and it's gonna be embarrassing, because I won't just restart the entire fight just because he gained some ground on me. Here's where I really started to get my rhythm. Just started trouncing the hell out of him. I don't believe he gains any more real ground on me. till for the rest of the fight. Not much more to talk about in this fight. It's just very, very long. I will tell you that I stopped the video 2 rooms after this, at the very beginning of the room that has the morph ball maze, because that is going to be extremely frustrating, and it's going to take me a while and several tries probably to get it right in one shot. So I didn't want to try to tie that to the end of this video, because I would have run out of time for sure, and I wasn't going to redo this fight every time I screwed up in the morph ball maze and fell down in the acid and died. Not an option. This fight takes too long. Kind of struggling for commentary at the moment, because it's pretty, it's extremely repetitive. Fighting the Crocomire with 10 missiles, you just have to make sure you keep them topped up as much as possible. Don't get bored, don't get impatient and start shooting him when he's releasing the power-ups. Just take the power-ups and wait. See there, I started losing patience. Because what happens if he charges at you 5-6 times and you're only at 3 or 4 missiles? He's going to get into the ground. If you fire predictively at him like I do, you're going to lose some random missiles just because he wasn't actually going to, like that one there, he wasn't actually going to open his mouth yet. Losing missiles like that is dangerous, so whenever you get the chance for power-ups, please take them. Fight's almost over now, I believe. We're getting pretty close to the end. At the end I got really lucky. I pushed my luck and ended up having exactly the amount of missiles that I needed. I ran myself all the way to 0, but the very last missile is what pushed him over the edge, so I got extremely lucky, even though I got impatient. I wouldn't advise it, because it took me longer to do this fight because I got impatient. Other than that, not much to say. I suppose I could have sped this up and put it to music, or sped it up and then just did like 3 minutes worth of commentary, but I want you to see all of my mistakes so that you know what not to do. Like that right there, I should have taken the power-ups. And right there, because look at this, I get really lucky here, and he didn't charge me more than once. If he had charged me more than once, I would have lost a ton of ground. But right here, I got very lucky. I ran out of missiles right at the last one that I needed to put him down. Little Crocomire teabagging action there. I was just really happy because I was getting so fed up with that fight. It's just the same thing over and over. You can't get to that energy tank yet. You'll see why later on when I go around collecting everything after I get the space jump and the grappling beam. Oddly enough, not very far away from the space jump, which is very strange. Once I pick up the super missiles, I could actually go get that. That won't be for several videos though. This room, there's a pipe right below where he's at right now. You can refill if you need to, but this is the end.